Oh, he's put a laughing face at the end. Don't know what that means. Anyway. We're just about to lock down, actually, after a mega day. And we've had our scrum. We've taken the boys for their sort of like last-minute wheeze. Number ones and number twos before we get our heads down and that. And one of the things I do before we get our heads down is I make overnight oats. And the reason I wanted to share this with you was basically because it is quite possibly the easiest thing to make on van life. So you're only creating one dish, which is the bowl or the container which you're making it in. There's no cooking, obviously, because it's overnight oats. It's just a mega easy, nutritious scran, which I wanted to share with you, actually. And like, I'm no expert on nutrition, but the stuff in here is really good for you, so you should probably listen to what I'm saying. Anyway, right, overnight oats, what do you need? Obviously, first thing is a hearty container or a bowl. I picked this up from Tesco for like £4. It's a good sized bowl. It doesn't mean I fill it, but it's a good sized bowl, so we'll use that to make our oats. Secondly, you need oats, obviously. For van life, I find that the less packets you have, the better. So we got a few of these sort of like airtight containers. It just keeps the place a bit tidier, and if you ever got a mouse, you know that your oats would be safe, actually. So get one of these, or get loads of these, in fact. The rest of the ingredients which you put in, obviously you can chop and change, but I'm just saying what I put into my overnight oats, which I find quite, well, pretty tasty, to be honest. So next thing I'll put in, and we'll do this in a second, is I like to use frozen blueberries. You can use not frozen blueberries, or you can use any fruit you want, but blueberries, ridiculously good superfood, high in antioxidants, and they're delicious, so I always go for blueberries if I can. But saying that, they're quite hard to find over in Portugal, and we normally have to get like summer fruits and that, which aren't quite as tasty, but if you can, blueberries it up. Next up, peanut butter. So this isn't like Mr. Skippy's or whatever, where it's peanut butter loaded with sugar. Yeah, appreciate it, tastes soothing like that, but we try and always eat as a healthier option as possible. Now, peanut butter, only nuts, nothing else. So that's pretty healthy. It's got good essential fats, it's high in protein, and you know what? It's pretty, once you get used to not having sugar in your peanut butter, it's pretty tasty. Again, in the UK, you can get hold of good natural peanut butter really easily. Over here, a bit harder. We managed to find one today. It was quite expensive for this little jar, but for the sake of this video, I wanted to show you good quality peanut butter and what I put into the oats. So with overnight oats as well, you can use water, or what I tend to go for is almond milk. It's delicious, full stop. It's just delicious and it's good for you. What else do I put in? Okay, so also goes in there is some sultanas, raisins, anything like that. A bit of dry fruit makes it a bit sweeter as well. So again, you don't have to, but I find that it works. And then, okay, another one, which again, this is completely up to you guys, is protein powder. For me, this is just an easy way of getting a few extra calories in there, because I struggle my weight. I lose weight really easily, so I try and get as many calories on board. So I chuck half a scoop of protein powder in there. I always go for like vanilla flavour. It's quite bland, so you don't really taste it, but it's good, and it's got the calories in there. So like I say, you don't have to, but I like to. And then what we'll do is we'll mix that all up. We'll let it set for the evening. We'll wake up tomorrow morning, and then what I tend to do then is I add a few extra gubbins on there. So a banana, maybe even two if I'm feeling a bit hungry. I would normally use, well, I could use a knife, but I tend to just snap it on and just chuck it in there, because that's the way I do it. Desiccated coconut, again, really good for you. Good quality fats, and it's delicious. And then last thing we put on, so normally it'll either be maple syrup or agave. At the moment, we've got agave. So it just, again, it sweetens it up, and I've got quite a sweet tooth, so that works really well. So how do we make overnight oats? That's probably what you're thinking. Let me show you. There's no tried and tested method with this. You can do it in any order you want, actually, but I tend to just lubricate the container with some milk or water, whatever you want to use. Then we'll go for the oats. So again, if you've seen the other video I did, what was that one video I did? I showed you how to make a 3-bean chili. If you want to watch that, click on the link below, above even. I don't tend to measure stuff out. I just eyeball it. So we'll just chuck a load of oats in there. Bear in mind, I did say I struggle with my weight, and I'm always trying not to lose weight, so I chuck a hearty amount in there. I might chuck a bit more milk in there, depending how it's looking. Again, if I'm maybe trying to like save a few pennies, or if maybe you're trying to not have as many calories in there, but you want a good hearty breakfast, then maybe go for water. What's next? Let's get the oh, look at that bad prep. It's not even open. So we go for the frozen blueberries. Like I said, we found these today after looking in a couple of shops. So don't be stingy with them, he says. There we go. Nice. What else can we go in there? Oh, we'll get the old we'll get the peanut butter in there. You don't want to look inside that drawer. It's not like Alan Partridge or anything. Right, so peanut butter, again, you can use 1 scoop, 2 scoops, depending on how you want to, you know, your taste buds and all that. I like to be quite generous with it. So we'll go for a couple. Saying that, this was hard to find, so I probably shouldn't actually. That's all good. And then what else have we not put in there? Oh, we've not put, we'll go for the raisins next, or sultanas. Again, a good hearty amount. Yes, they're quite high in sugar, but you know what? When it comes to fruit, don't be scared of sugar, dudes. It's good sugar. It's nutritious. All right, you know, yeah, get them in there basically is what I'm saying. And then last but not least, I'll chuck half a scoop of protein in. I wouldn't really necessarily go with like chocolate flavor protein or something. You know, that might taste a bit rank to be honest, but half a scoop of vanilla protein tends to work for me. If you're thinking what's the calorie content of this, I have no idea. I'm just making it up as I go along. And then we'll finish it off with a bit of milk. There we go. Bit of Sturzies. This might take a while. It's like cement mix at the moment. Now the thing you got to remember with this as well, I might even be able to get a few more oats in this. The thing you got to remember with this is it doesn't need to look pretty. You're just scrunning it up. So, you know, I'm sure in the morning we could make it look a bit better, but at the moment, this is just all about a hearty breakfast. Because like I really enjoy oats when we're sort of like back in the UK or even here, because we've got the gas hobs and that. But 9 times out of 10, I'll always burn the pan, and then I've got to clean the pan, and that means I'm using water up. Yeah. So this is a really easy, convenient, delicious way to get a good scrounge and a good start to the day. So, you know what? Let's live a little. There we go. And then I tell you what, because I am feeling a little bit, you know, risque, a little bit of ground cinnamon. Now, cinnamon, if you didn't know, is good for controlling your blood sugar, all right? So, a little bit in there. It'll add a nice little bit of different flavour to it as well when you're scranning up the next morning. But cinnamon, again, is a great quality extra to have. And that, you know what, that looks all right already. I'll give you a little show. Look at that. Like I said, it doesn't look pretty most of the time, but it doesn't matter. Happy with that? Good. And then all we do there now is we'll put the container lid on. It tastes good. And that is overnight oats ready to rock and roll for the morning. So we'll let it sit. Tomorrow morning, hearty breakfast. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the morning. is a bit of morning routine really. Walks on the beach at the moment. It's not Redders yet, but the sun is out. Reusable cups for our delicious coffee, obviously. Although Gibbo's off the coffee, she's on the mint tea. It's not very nice. But anyway, that's what we're at. So I'll show you where we are at. Oh, it's a bit awkward. Look at that. Nice bit of surf going on. Hooch! Hooch is just about to Hooch is just, someone's left their towel and that on the beach. Hooch is about to, you know, mark it. It is, isn't it? So luckily Gibbo got there just in time. Oh, his shoes as well. Oh, I hope he didn't. But anyway, we walk for a little bit. We'll go back to the van and we'll see how those overnight oats got on. Delicious. Right, we went for a walk on the beach. We've worked up an appetite, haven't we, Hooch? Although you get your breakfast in a bit. One thing I wanted to say really quickly, actually, was yes, I've made overnight oats for me. That's not to say Gibbo doesn't eat. That you're like, oh, he never doesn't buy Lego figures of Gibbo. He doesn't feed it. I do. Well, I don't feed it, but you know what I'm saying. But so basically, Gibbo's had her breakfast, and this is what she had. I don't know if you can see that. It's called a persimmon. I think, how many did you have today? 4? Oh, yeah. 4. I don't really like them. What do they taste like, Gibbo?
They're just delicious.
Okay, yeah. So they're just delicious. So if you ever, you can get them in the UK, but we've only seen them a couple of times. But over here, they're everywhere. So we actually got them off some random dude, not a random dude, like a little market seller on the side of the road yesterday, but for a whole box. But yeah. So Gibbo smashed persimmons. Anyway, for us, we're gonna have something better than persimmons. We're gonna have overnight oats. So that is what they look like having sat all night. So a little bit, you could say, they look a bit dry. So what we'll do is we'll get a spoon. Oh, my favourite spoon is not in there, must be dirty. We'll give it a little stirsies. Yeah, that is a little bit dry, so get the milk out. Lubricate it, and then like I said yesterday, all we'll do now is just try to sweeten it up. So what I'll do is I'll put a few more raisins in. The bag got smashed last night watching Kick-Ass, so there's a few left, luckily. We'll put those in. A banana, because this is going on YouTube and I want to look like a professional, to be honest. I'll cut the banana, and I won't just do the normal thing of just like snapping it off, because to be honest, they are quite chunky then. So we'll chuck that in there, and we can make it look all pretty if you're that way inclined. I will just chuck that bit in. Actually, I shouldn't have done that because it's made an extra dish now. So bad drills. Chuck that in there like that. Oh, that looks good. Desiccated coconut, we talked about it last night. Good healthy fats, it's delicious, healthy for you, why not? Chuck that there, and then last but not least, we've got agave. It's normally either agave or maple syrup. Just turns out that we've got agave, get that in there. And then, that is basically what we're finished with. So, it's delicious, and I'll prove that in a second when I start snaffling it. High in calories, because we've got a busy day. And yeah, that is delicious. Told you. I wasn't joking. But anyway, I'm going to have this now. So, yeah. If you give it a go, let me know how you get on. Good. How delicious does that overnight oats look? It looks hoofing, doesn't it? So I really want to hear that you've tried it and what you thought of it. Anyway, you'll see I'm maxing my board up. So I've been surfing all week, but I've actually been using a foamy because I'm not the world's greatest surfer, and obviously I know that I need improving. So I've been I've had a couple of lessons on a foamy, try and get the basics squared away. So today, I'm taking my own board out, and before you obviously do that, you've got to get the base wax. However, what I wanted to do was, last night I think it was, I put a thing on Instagram, on one of my Instagram stories, and it was like, ask me a question. Because I want people to ask questions, and you can get to know me a bit better. And a few people very kindly did ask questions, so I'll just do a couple. I'll start with a serious one. Piss a plum or poo a melon? Cheers, Adventures with Bunting. I think I'd rather poo a melon on that one, so I appreciate the good question there. Thanks, buddy. Next one. Jolly Green JTAC, he's quite naughty. He's asked 2 questions. Favourite place you've been and why? And the worst place and why? So I'd probably say the best place we've been so far, for me, it might even be here, actually. I love this place. I genuinely love this place. But also, the other place which I really loved was the Pyrenees. Because it was just, you know what, it was early on into the van life adventure. The views were stunning, the walks were stunning, the weather was good, the boys loved it. You know what, I loved it. But then also, we also enjoyed the Sierra Nevada. If it wasn't for those pesky processionary caterpillars, then that would have been awesome. But and the worst place, have you got any worst places, Gibbo, can you think of? I can't really think of anything like I've been like, oh, like it's been honking. We've never had any dramas really. So you know what, worst place, I'm going to say not applicable so far. And he also asked, when is the next video dropping, guys? And is it always around the same time each week? That's a really good question, Jolly Green JTAC. What we're going to try and do from that, we're not going to try, we're going to do it, is a video every Sunday evening, time to be TBC, because obviously my times are quite lax sometimes. And also we're going to drop a video on Wednesdays. The one on Wednesdays is going to be quite a short little video. Something to do with like a van life 101, like for newbies to van life. We're not saying we're like oracles at it or anything, but we've been doing it for over a year now, so it might be little nuggets of information which you might be like, that's a useful bit of knowledge. Next question. Are you planning, oh, this is from the Ski 13, so Adam. Are you planning to stay around Portugal for the winter, bro? I would love to say yes, but I think we might be heading back to UK in December, depending on what's going on with the Rona, obviously, because we'd probably quite like to see some family at Christmas, and we've got a couple of bits of admin to do, so we'll probably head back to there, and then we'll make a plan for January, because realistically, we want to keep travelling during the winter, because the weather's honking in the UK, innit? And then last question I'll do is, Mark Scotia, what was the driving force behind you joining the Marines? Good question, Mark. So basically, I'll keep this as short as I possibly can. Shocker, at school, I wasn't the best student. I was quite lazy at school, and I just basically enjoyed sport. And so obviously you can imagine my mum and dad were always like, Russ, what are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do with your life? And I was 15, 16. I didn't really know what I was going to do with my life. All my friends were going to college just to, I'm not saying they were going to bum around, but they were going to college and then on to uni, and I knew that I didn't want to follow that path. So I was upstairs one day, and I came walking down, and my old man was watching a documentary on Discovery Channel, whatever, and it's about Royal Marine training. And as I walked down, it was on the bit where to become a Green Beret, to earn your Green Beret, you have to do 4 commando tests. And then the bit I walked down was they were doing the endurance course. And this one lad broke his leg halfway around the endurance course, but then still finished the course with a broken leg. Obviously, he failed that test, but it was like, wow. And I remember watching it, sitting down with my old man, and I remember thinking to myself, that's the caliber of man I want to associate myself with, I want to work with, is someone who breaks a leg halfway around a course and then still has the minerals to finish the course. And do you know what I mean? And like that speaks volumes about that type of person which the Marines attract. So ever since I saw that documentary, that was it then. I was like, I want to join the Marines. And that is the shortened version. Was it plain sailing from there? No, it wasn't. I had a tough time with it, but I made it in the end. So I appreciate that question, Mark. I don't think there's any other ones. Oh, I'll read this one out. Rob P, why are you such a handsome devil? I think we should end it on that. I don't know, Rob. Good genetics? Who knows? But he's put a laughing face at the end. Don't know what that means. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll finish the video there. So, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, please. If you'd like to comment and let us know if you tried the overnight oats, maybe different variations we could do on it, etc, etc, please let me know. If you want to share the video with far and wide, please do. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I keep saying it, people, why not? start subscribing. Anyway, really appreciate you watching today, guys. And I'm going to go embarrass myself out in the water now. And I'll see you next week. Laters.